A common problem that clients come to us with is the inability to see which integrations are consuming their Sage Intacct API calls. The platform counts calls by sender ID, but out-of-the-box dashboards don't always make it easy to analyze the usage by web services user. Without this visibility, you can't really tell which integrations or processes are driving the high usage. We're going to take a look at how to gain visibility into Sage Intacct's API usage by both sender ID and web service user ID. As you'll notice on the screen in the company admin usage insights, you can definitely see activity by sender ID. But if you have multiple integrations using a shared sender ID, it isn't always obvious as to what those integrations are. So if you have a particular integration that's driving high usage or it's inefficient, it can be a challenge to identify that information through this screen alone. So why does this matter? Well, most Sage Intacct plans include up to 100,000 API calls per month. If you exceed that, overage charges can apply and they can add up fast. So knowing which sender IDs and web services users are making calls is essential to avoid surprise bills and to optimize or throttle noisy integrations. Today I'm going to show you how to build a quick usage report that shows API activities by sender ID and web services user ID. In Platform Services Custom Reports, you can create a report based on the primary data source of API usage detail. Very few fields are required. So I went through and selected the created on date, which is the created date of the transaction or API call, which allows us to filter by date range. The partner ID is also known as the sender ID. And then under the Intacct user, the user ID would be the web services user ID. So 3 simple fields. You can add more if you choose to do so, but all you need are these 3 fields. I also like to select an additional prompt, which gives you the opportunity to select the created on date. This allows a to and from date when generating the report. I'm going to run this report for the month of March. So again, I'm going to use the from date and the through date. And then this is going to produce the results that I'm looking for, and it will give me all of the details. All I have to do is simply export this to Excel. This gives me a nice flat file to work with. So I've got my exported data based on the date filter that I selected, and I'm simply going to create a pivot table. I will do that by partner ID, user ID, and then I will count on created date. I know the date range because I selected it when I ran the report, so this is for March. I can now see that the sender ID has 3 separate integrations, and this is the total transaction count for each of those individual integrations. So these seem pretty consistent. However, you might find that one of them is large or much larger than the other, or it might be approaching or causing you to approach that monthly 100,000 rogue threshold. Now, this is a quick and easy way to gain some insight as to which integrations are actually using the API calls, something that currently doesn't reside in Sage Intacct, but gives you a quick snapshot to give you the visibility you need. One important point, to do this, you must be an admin in your Sage Intacct environment, but the takeaway here is to monitor your API usage proactively. You are responsible for your API counts and overages, and they can add up quickly. Build this quick report, schedule it, and you can even assign owners to investigate spikes because small efforts up front can save significant overage fees. For more information on working with Rognu and exploring how the data portal can help you get the most out of Sage Intacct alongside your other critical business data, scan the code on the screen or click in the link in the description.